Hiya! Welcome! I've got a quite heavy and quite hefty surprise package. Actually, it's not a surprise because I know exactly what's in this, but the surprise aspect was that it's come today. A day before its official release day. This comes out on Friday, October the 2nd. Today's date that I'm recording this, and fingers crossed that I'll also be uploading it to YouTube as well, is Thursday, October the 1st. So, good old Yodel, who delivered it, I've got it a day early. I think me living pretty close to the Yodel sorting depot probably helped. Otherwise, it probably would have been at least tomorrow, maybe even a day or so afterwards, before I got this beauty. And I'm so excited to open this and share it with you here today. What is it? It's a record box set. Well, there's records in it, and there's also separate records, but I'll show you those as well. There's also CDs, a DVD, there'll be a book. Essentially, it's the follow-up to the New Order box set, the Movement Definitive Edition, that I unboxed over a year ago. This is the Definitive Edition box set of New Order's debut album from 1981, Movement. The lid lifts off. The first item is the remastered vinyl LP. And this next bit, I think this is going to be the book. The DVD. New Order's first 4 12-inch singles, all remastered and re-released on 180-gram vinyl. So as you could see, a really deluxe box set, and I'd got that sort of June time. It'd been out a few months at that point anyway, but I'd only really been collecting records again for not too long before that, and that was kind of like my first indulgent purchase in the vinyl record genre since I'd started collecting them again. That Movement box set was really what spurred me on to get a better record player, really, as I didn't like the idea of playing really good quality, sort of brand new records on a really cheap player. Anyway, I do have my trusty knife with me, but I'm going to see if I can get all this blue stuff off first. This is going to be quite a pig to unbox, as it's heavy, it's big, it's cumbersome. Oh, now then, it's coming like 2 record mail sorters here, so that's good. Might have been easier for me just to use a knife on this, but I've started, so I'll finish, as that guy says. So this will be the follow-up to the Movement Definitive Edition box set that came out last year. This is Power, Corruption and Lies, the Definitive Edition, and there is a bundle of 12-inch singles here as well that I will probably open first. That is New Order's second album, originally out in 1983. Movement was out in 1981. Movement is probably my least favourite New Order album. It's got some good tracks on it, but it had been recorded pretty soon after Ian Curtis's death. Ian Curtis was, of course, the lead singer of Joy Division, which was essentially the same act as New Order. 1983, Power, Corruption and Lies. That's when really New Order start finding their sound, and this is so much more of a better album. And I think it's a lot of people's favourite ever New Order album. I wouldn't say it's my very favourite, but it's kind of up there, I think, for me. Let's crack on with opening these. So I'll open the 12-inch bundle first. The price that I paid for these, with the Power, Corruption and Lies box set and these separate singles here, I think it was from New Order's official store, £135. Yes, quite an indulgence this, but New Order are my favourite band, as you may have noticed. And what with me now having a decent turntable, collecting records generally, I couldn't not have these at some point, and to get them, well, a day before the official release date is quite the privilege, I can tell you. So I'm managing to get these open without my trusty yellow knife. Won't take you long to show these singles. I'm not going to get them all open and unwrapped and everything because they're all going to look very similar. They're all on black vinyl. Oh yeah. Ah, fresh records. Is there anything better? I say no. That's an invoice. Well, kind of like a return slip actually, but no way will I be returning these unless there's something really kind of faulty about them. Oh, hang on, there is something else in there. Let me just check I'm not missing anything else important. I'm assuming this will be the invoice. Yes, it is, yeah. Right, just put that mailer out the way. Nicely packaged, these singles. So here we have 4 New Order 12-inch singles, all reissued and remastered. I mean, starting out with the one that everyone knows, the legendary, and I'm getting finger marks on it, but that's on the outer cellophane that I'm not going to undo, so that's okay. The legendary Blue Monday, the biggest selling 12-inch single of all time. I love how with this they've recreated the original sleeve. They've like done the cutouts and everything. I mean, this is on like 180 gram virgin vinyl, I think. Oh, it's got a little QR code in the corner there. That's obviously wouldn't have been on the original, but other than that, it's kind of like a faithful replica of the 1983 12-inch mega hit. Brilliant. And then hopefully show you these in some sort of order. Well, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. This will be Thieves Like Us from 1984. The B-side to Thieves Like Us, Lonesome Tonight, is one of my all-time favourite New Order songs. How it's only a B-side, I don't know. I remember them playing it live when I finally went to see them in 2015, and that was just a magical experience. So Thieves Like Us. So not a lot to see here. Like I said, I'm not going to unseal all these. Not until I'm ready to play them myself. Anyway, the follow-up to Blue Monday is Confusion, the collaboration with Arthur Baker from 1983. Another great single. I think the B-sides is some sort of remix. In fact, there might be more than one track on the B-side here. It might be 3 or even 4-track single list. I can't remember offhand, to be honest. I should be able to, but I don't. And last but not least is a single that is a bit of a weird one because it was never officially released in the UK, but it came out on Factory Records' European offshoot, Factory Benelux, and this is Murder, and I think the B-side of this is an instrumental of Thieves Like Us, which I talked about a moment ago. Murder, I think that's mainly instrumental, I think. It's a bit of a dark, kind of foreboding track. A bit more avant-garde. Great to have these singles in my collection. I'm hoping that as these New Order definitive editions and the related singles bundles get released over time, that I will eventually have a complete collection of New Order singles, as I've got all their CD singles, and I've got a few sort of bits on vinyl record that are sort of more obscure and rare, and then I've got the ones that were released last year along with Movement, which were Ceremony, Temptation, etc. But on to the main event, the big behemoth box set itself. So let me get straight into this. No messing around. Can't fault the packaging. I think New Order's online store is operated by a company who just does a lot of online music act stores, so they're all coming from the same depot really. This is one that assuming that I'm able to do it okay on camera, that I will unseal and give you a closer look at, as this is the main thing really. Those singles, much as I wanted them as well, they are kind of like extras really, and I did pay extra for them, so I don't think there's anything else left in that sorter. Oh yeah. Oh, beautiful. Here we have Power, Corruption and Lies, the definitive edition. Comes in like a light salmon pink, which kind of vaguely matches the motif of the original album colour. And on the back, it lists everything that is in this box set. I will read these out, but there you go. There's a bit of a look for you. So yeah, the original studio album is included in here. It's on remastered 180 gram heavyweight LP, and there's also a CD of the album. I do already own this album on CD. a 48-page hardbound book. That's a really nice touch for me. I really loved the book that was included in the movement set. When I'm sort of listening to music, I love having just sort of something related to read or look at, even when it's mainly just photos. It just makes it more of an immersive experience. So the hardbound book is always a great touch for me personally. Another exciting thing for me in here is the previously unreleased audio CD that has session recordings, and these are literally, they've never been heard before, not by anyone who hasn't really been doing any digging in really obscure bootlegs anyway. There is a John Peel session that I've already got. There's a John Peel session outtake. These are all on this CD. Album sessions for Blue Monday. There's yeah, so it reminds me a little bit of the Beatles anthology series, where they just sort of took sort of like takes of well-known songs, and sometimes the takes would sort of descend into farce really, but it was kind of like a nice, you're in the studio with the Beatles sort of thing. I think that's what they're kind of going for here with New Order. Power, Corruption and Lies DVD 1. Oh, there's actually 2 DVDs in here, I forgot about that. So there's live shows from Hacienda, Manchester in 1982 and the Rose Hill Hotel in Kilkenny in 1983. So they'll be like sort of handy-cam sort of fan shot footage, but the record company has got the rights now, and so I'm not expecting the quality of those to be brilliant, but it's still nice and unusual footage to have. Some TV sessions, I mean the Blue Monday appearance on Top of the Pops, even I've discussed that on my channel before in the Top of the Pops reaction, on a programme called Countdown, which won't be the Countdown on Channel 4, I'm pretty sure, in 1983, a performance of Confusion. Something from 1983 called Switch, where they perform Age of Consent and Blue Monday, and another Top of the Pops performance in 1984, Thieves Like Us. And there's a load of extras on here, just, I'm assuming they're all video clips. That's a lot, from Berlin, Munich, Dusseldorf, Minneapolis, Tolworth. Some of these names and places ring a bell, because I've got a lot of New Order live bootlegs, and I do believe I've got the Tolworth 1983 gig on CD, so it'll be interesting to see some actual video footage from that. And the last item, the second DVD, is the Play at Home Channel 4 1984 documentary. I have that. It was something that I ripped from, I think it's a long gone YouTube video, and then I burned it to DVD some years ago. Quality was a little bit ropey, but it was watchable. But presumably this will be sort of tarted up at least a little bit. Quite a famous documentary when it came out in 1984. There were scenes of Tony Wilson in the bath with Gillian Gilbert. Lucky Tony. Yeah, it was just an unusual, very New Order and very Factory Records kind of documentary. I'm really glad to have like an official version of that. The first time that's been re-released officially. And then another live show on the second DVD as well. One from the Hacienda from 1983. Wow, that is a lot of stuff. And I need to open it as well. So fortunately the cellophane here feels quite loose anyway, so I'm not going to be too heartbroken at unsealing this. I know there's some real hardcore collectors out there, and not just of New Order, but of a lot of things. All buy 2 of everything so they can keep one edition sealed forever. I never see the point in that, really. For me, if you're buying something, especially something expensive, yeah, you want to keep it in as pristine condition as possible, but you also want to enjoy it because you've spent a lot of money on it. If you're spending double the money just to have a set that will never be taken out of its wrapping, as it were, I don't know. So that's the info sheet there that I will save. I'll just fit this inside the box. Last time when I did the movement set, which was the exact same dimensions and same kind of weight and everything, I did adjust my camera, but I didn't feel that worked very well, so I'm going to try and do this on my lap, or with my little footstool here, or puff, as you could call it. Aha! Well, starting out with the main item in it is, of course, the album Power, Corruption and Lies, 1983, New Order's second album. I do already own it, and I've listened to it many times, obviously, but wonderful. So I'm going to hopefully try and put all this stuff back in its proper order. Here is the book. Like I say, for me, this is arguably the best thing. I'd be happy with like another version of the album and the book, and that's it. As great as the sort of extra CDs and the DVDs are, I do like a coffee table style book. Obviously I'm not going to go through loads, but yeah, it's how I'd expect. Quite a bit of text, but some really high quality pictures as well. Marvellous. This is lovely. Really like this. Oh, I do like that record design there. Don't think it's a real record design, I just think it's a poster or something. Yeah. Brilliant. So this set originally I think was supposed to come out quite early this year, but what with COVID and everything, it's been delayed until, well, October. We've got all the little bits here that I don't really need to get out too much, but just trying to sort these out. I think this is one of the DVDs that's come out of its slipcase, I think. Oh no, that's the Power, Corruption and Lies album, I think. The CD version, but I thought this was that. Oh no, that's come out of here. Yeah, I got confused. Yeah, the Power, Corruption and Lies, exactly the same as the vinyl record, but just on another CD. So it's good this, if you don't have a record player, it is still worth getting this set. Maybe not the 12-inch singles, because there's no extras, they're just like reissues, they're just replicas as it were. So Power, Corruption and Lies DVD 1, so there's not an awful lot to see, but they do come in like these outer slip cases, which are nice. DVD 2, this is one with the, there he is in the bath look. Oh, when Gillian's there behind him. Tony Wilson, the legend himself, rest in peace, the King of Manchester. Beautiful stuff. And the nice extras CD that's got some things that have been released before, but then like outtakes and demos and stuff that have never been heard before, at least not officially anyway. So loads to dive into. I mean, £135, it's a lot of money, but you're getting a lot for your money, as you can see, and it would have been cheaper had I not bought the singles, because that was an extra addition to the order, and there was a bit of a saving to be made for buying them both together, but there we are. Yeah, so much to enjoy here. I mean, I can't wait to get stuck into the album again, the book, the DVDs, the outtakes and rarities CD. Absolutely marvellous. Just sort of a real premium collector's set, this. I don't buy things and then just want to leave them untouched, like they're some sort of sacred and holy artifact for the rest of my life. This is something that obviously I'm going to try and keep in as good a condition as possible. Like with my Movement box set, I've kept that as good condition as I can, and I will do the same for this. So that was the Power, Corruption and Lies definitive edition of the seminal 1983 New Order album, and of course the related 12-inch 1983 and 1984 singles bundle. Wonderful. So there we are. Thank you all for watching. So happy to have been able to do this unboxing today of my favourite band's brand new release, or re-release, this amazing deluxe box set. New Order have got a new single coming out. It's already been out digitally for a few weeks now. The 12-inch version, I think that's the only format it's been released on. I think that comes out in around about a month. So hopefully I'll be able to show you that in a little more detail on this channel at some point. So stay tuned for more New Order related content. Thank you to all of my subscribers, and of course all my generous and amazing patrons. I'm going to go now, and what else but get cracking on the box set or the singles. Probably the box set first, because I've unsealed that. I just can't wait to get started with it all, really. And I do hope that you all will join me again next time for my next Mega Deluxe record box set unboxing. Cheers, everyone. See ya!